Mr. Rollins?
Present.
Mrs. Stonejoiner?
Present. And thank you. And I want to publicly thank Brittany Bauer for being our clerk pro tem with us here tonight, since Mr. Pollock was not able to be here. All right, we'll go next to our invocation and pledge of allegiance. And I do not see Sean Jackson. So Mr. Bear, Jim Bear has graciously accepted the duty of giving our invocation, and he is from Victory Center Church of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Heavenly Father, for being able to come to you tonight. And we just ask you to give the council your wisdom to make the right decisions for the city and for the safety of the people, Father, in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we go any further, I want to remind everybody, please silence your phones and remember that we need quiet throughout this entire meeting unless you come to the podium to speak. Thank you very much. Next, what we have is the matter of a vacancy on council. Mr. Smith?
Yes, I would like to bring to the council's attention before we take a vote. In council rules, in 111.02, section E, rule 11A, states that in the selection of a person to fill a vacancy on council due to death, resignation, or operation of law, the person selected shall be a member of the same political party as the councilman being replaced. And that's under Resolution 1968-49, passed in October 28th of 68.
Mr. Barr?
I want to make a motion to fill the vacancy via roll call.
Yes. Okay. We have a motion to fill the vacancy, and Mr. Rollins?
I will second that motion.
We have a second from Mr. Rollins. Mr. Barr with the first, and Mr. Rollins with the second. All right. You ready?
Yep. Mr. Barr?
Sean Wilson.
Ms. Larkin?
Sean Wilson.
Mr. R. Smith?
Sean Wilson.
Mr. T. Smith?
Sean Wilson.
Mr. Victor?
Sean Wilson.
Mr. Clark?
Sean Wilson.
Mr. Kreider?
I will not be putting together moving forward with a Republican nomination. I'm going to nominate Krista Holland.
Mr. Rollins?
Sean Wilson.
Okay, we have seven for Sean Wilson, one for Krista Holland. I believe that's enough for Mr. Wilson.
So is Mr. Wilson present? He should come forward and be sworn in by Mayor Collins.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. The undersigned Sean Wilson,
The undersigned Sean Wilson,
duly appointed 4th Ward Council
duly appointed 4th Ward Council
of the City of Marion
of the City of Marion
for the remainder of the term ending
for the remainder of the term ending
12/31/2027,
12/31/2027,
being duly sworn according to law,
being duly sworn according to law,
all in accordance
all in accordance
with and pursuant
with
and pursuant
and pursuant
to Section 705.28
to Section 705.28
of the Ohio Revised Code of Ohio,
of the Ohio Revised Code of Ohio,
deposes and says
proposes and says
that you will
that you will
A, support the Constitution of the United States
A, support the Constitution of the United States
and of this state
and of this state
and the ordinances of the City of Marion, Ohio.
and the ordinances of the city of Marion, Ohio,
not be influenced by any consideration
not be influenced by any consideration
except of merit and fitness
except of merit and fitness
in the appointment or discharge of employees,
of the appointment and discharge of employees,
not make or authorize
not make or authorize
the expenditure of public money
the expenditure of public money
otherwise than for adequate
other than adequate
consideration of efficient service,
consideration
and efficient service
and efficient service
to the city of Marion, Ohio,
to the city of Marion, Ohio,
faithfully,
faithfully,
in all other respects,
in all other respects,
discharge the duty of this position
discharge the duties of this position
and office.
and office.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I just wanted to let you know, the security guard downstairs asked me to let you know that it's not live on your feed.
Oh, thank you. It's not live on,
I'll text Jake.
okay, thank you. All right, congratulations and welcome, Mr. Wilson. Thank you. Next, we're at summary of proceedings, council. Mr. Thaddeus Smith?
I move we accept as submitted.
I'll second.
No.
I bet you have a typo to
I have
tell
a
us
typo.
about. I did tell the
missed
clerk,
it.
he said he
Okay.
looked for all of them, but he missed those two.
Page 5,
Yeah.
when I made the motions, my last name is spelled incorrectly, but it's okay on the votes. So just...
Yes, he's aware of that. He will be
So,
fixing
okay,
that.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have a motion from Mr. T. Smith and a second from Mr. R. Smith. If you're ready?
Yep. Mr. Bauer?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. S. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Okay. Summary proceedings are accepted unanimously. Moving on to old business.
Ordinance requiring the Information Technology Department to submit a standardized quarterly information technology report to the Marion City Council, adopting an official report format, providing for codification, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Smith, this comes from your committee.
Yes, this came out of the IT Oversight Committee with a 3-0 recommendation to approve. Tonight would be the third reading, and so if there are no questions, I would make a motion that we adopt this.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes, I just wanted to, and maybe you can help me out here, if there was any sort of, within the reporting requirements, any a thing that would address mitigating actions if something issue is that, I don't know if there's, and if there are, what would those be within the report?
Question for Mr. Smith?
Yes.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
If we have a security issue, and if we have procedures in place to mitigate any threats, will we get the reports on what happened? And I'm not sure if that, any of the, if you could please direct me toward anything within
It'd be the incidents.
the incidences, it'd be the incident, but,
Right.
okay. I just want to make sure that...
Section 3, the incident summary.
Thank you, that's why I just need a clarification, all right?
Oh, sorry.
Just to
Mayor
answer that
Collins?
a little bit further, I was given kind of an example from the IT person, Jacob, and it is exactly in that area. He cited 2 or 3 different incidences in February that occurred and how they remedied the problem and blocked it from going any further. So there is a explanation in there of what it was and how they fixed it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
You have a first, do you have a second?
I didn't even hear the first.
Oh, I thought there was.
Mr. Ursula.
Mr.
There was a
Olson.
motion, correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I will second.
Mr. Smith.
That was a motion to adopt. Yes, that was a motion to adopt, okay.
Sorry, set my papers.
No, you're good.
Yes,
Go ahead and do it.
motion to adopt.
Okay.
Go ahead and take roll.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dicktor?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously to adopt our new IT rules. Okay. Next order under old business is item number 2, ordinance 2026-023 zoning.
Ordinance amending portions of the Marion City Code, more specifically 1183.011, 1183.012, 1161.025, 1183.015, and 790.007 as contained within the Marion City Code to provide for a uniform structure of fees.
Mr. Smith, again from Legislation and Codes Committee.
Yes, this came out of Legislation and Codes with a 3-0 recommendation to approve, basically adjusting the fees for zoning. Is Mr. Himmler here? Yes, if anybody has any questions, Mr. Himmler can answer your question.
Any questions?
I have a brief one.
Mr. Dicktor?
I believe this is the right thing to do, but if they would discover one of these things need to be adjusted in the future, can we just do one, or do we have to run that whole ordinance, or?
That's
Mr.
a
Russell?
good question. We are permitted to just fix the item we want to make different in the future, so we don't have to have this long list like we have this time. It's only this long this time because it hasn't been done in multiple decades, and so they're all done at once. Also, I have the floor just for a minute. There is a clarification in the ordinance document that you have in the section that talks about commercial building fees. Mr. Himmler has advised myself, and I've advised the clerk a number of times, where it says 1 million or more. Actually, it should read 1 million or more. Yours may say over $1 million. And Mr. Himmler is worried about what if he gets a project that's exactly 1 million. He wants there to be clarity in what the fee will be.
It does say 1 million. Yeah, it says 1 million.
Okay, then we've got it repaired through the process. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Barr, sorry.
I had a question for Mr. Himmler. I just wanted to get him to the podium. How are these rates compared to other municipalities of our size? I'm assuming, I know you did some research on it.
Yeah, so a lot of our rates, some of them are a little higher, some of them are lower, it just kind of depends on what it is. I tried to keep it kind of close to like Delaware, because I thought that'd be a good one to kind of grow to. I know they're a little extreme with a lot of their zoning fees and permits. I compared it to Mansfield. I did. I even picked, let's see, what do I have here? I did have the help with previous city engineer Jeff. I got picked Richmond, Indiana, because they have about 35,000 in population. So we tried to compare best we could. The ultimate rates that we kind of went down to is close to the township, since we're just right there. Barks Road, a lot of the township is on the other side of Barks Road, so that we just.
So most of these are in line with the local townships?
For the most part, yeah, Marion Township.
Thank you. Anything else for Mr. Himmler?
Nope.
Yes? Come to the podium, please.
Lonnie Daniels, 608 Gator Street, Marion, Ohio. I believe in committee, when we were talking about demolition and new construction, For the, I mean, if you're going to demolish a building or a structure on the property, and then you're going to rebuild something else on it, are you going to be charged the $1,250 for the demolish, and then $1,250 for the rebuild, because this went back and forth with council?
They removed the verbiage about demolition completely, so there's no fees for that anymore. It's just the project in general.
It goes all in the same project then?
The law director might disagree.
Your response is right, but there are fees. So the confusion in part is caused by, in the handout that was shared, it listed fees that are set by the safety director. And so demolition permits are received and must be obtained from the safety director. So you do need a demolition permit, but it won't be in this ordinance, because this ordinance doesn't control the fees for demolition. They are controlled by the safety director. He sets those fees and he posts it in his office.
Does anybody have an idea what those fees will be?
Mark Russell and I, the law director, and I have not had a chance to sit down and go over or compare fees of other local jurisdictions.
I only made that because, as I said, it was kicked around in committee, and then it's now before the full council, and I just wanted to know if that had finally.
And it's
Yeah,
not part of.
it's not on this. We'll take that up later. It's not on this.
That's all I need.
Okay, thank you. Anything else for Mr. Himmler? Okay, thank you. Mr. R. Smith, do you have one?
I was just going to make a motion that we approve or adopt it.
I'll second.
Motion to approve and from Mr. R. Smith and a second from Mr. Dickel
Yes.
for ordinance 2026-023. When you're ready, clerk.
Okay, Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
No.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
No.
Vote of 7-2. The motion carries. Ordinance is adopted. Under new business, item number 3, Resolution 2026-009, road salt purchase from ODOT.
Resolution authorizing participation in the ODOT road salt contracts awarded in 2026 and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Barr?
It's come out of Streets and Sewers with a 2-0 recommendation to adopt. This is an annual thing where we replenish our salt stock, and we'll be able to get bulk pricing by going in with other local jurisdictions.
Mr. Rollins?
If there's no questions, I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
I do have a
All right,
question.
a motion to suspend, and do we have a second for that? And then I'll come back to Mr. Kreider.
I'll second.
Second, Mr. R. Smith. Mr. Kreider, a question?
Yes, just on page 2, I mean, just a legalese. It says, section 1, the safety director, should that be service safety director? Combine the petition on that?
So today, if we were to do it today, it would read safety service director, but when it was drafted, we had a safety director. It's not gonna have a
It's not
meaningful.
gonna, okay.
But going forward, you'll see safety service.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. We have the motion to suspend.
Okay, Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Abstain, possible conflict of interest.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dickel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Point of order.
Motion carries, yes.
Mr. Wilson, could you please explain what your potential conflict could be?
I work for ODOT, and I'm not supposed to do business I'm not even sure I can vote.
Are you seeking permission from Ohio Ethics Commission in order to vote in the future? Or?
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Thank you. Motion carries with 8 in the affirmative and 1 abstention. Item number 4.
We gotta.
Oh, sorry.
Take some votes
That was
on
just-
that.
See, you got, That's right, we need a motion to adopt, or whatever. Mr. Thaddeus Smith,
I'll make a motion to adopt.
okay? Mr. T. Smith, and then we have a second from Mr. Clark.
Okay, for the second. Okay. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
He's abstaining.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dicto?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Okay, now the motion carries. 8. What? Okay, item number 4, ordinance 2026-029, ODOT repaving agreement.
Ordinance enacted by the City of Marion, Marion County, Ohio, hereafter referred to as a local public agency, in the matter of the ODOT resurfacing PID number 116621 project and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Barr, also from the committee.
This also come out of the Streets and Sewers Committee with a 2-0 recommendation to approve. The only project we have is out on 309 across from, out in front of our Phil Park, out by Harding High School. Mr. Bishop is here. I'm sure if there's any questions. There's no cost to us on this. This is just the north side.
Mr. Rollins?
Mr. Clark, do you have a question?
Yes.
Please.
Mr. Clark?
Do we have a time frame on this? Because if they're going to do it before school lets out, I'll stand out there and stop them. Because the traffic out there is murder.
How quick do they do anything?
Well, you never know with the state. They show up, they put bollards down the middle of the road, and
Mr. Bishop?
And we tried to get them to do a second lane there too to avoid congestion.
yeah, that's horrible. It's the worst intersection in Marion.
Bishop, you gotta do a better job of that.
So this certainly will take place. They're still at phase 3, their stage 3 review of the final plans. So I don't have an exact date of when this project is going to start construction. It won't be before the end of this school year. I will find that out for you and kind of update you on that.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. Shall I go back to you, Mr. Rollins?
I will make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
Okay, we have a motion to suspend 3 readings, and Mr. Dictel has the second. Mr. R. Smith, did you have another question?
I'll wait till after the vote.
Okay. Okay, all right, ready to go.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Abstain.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dicto?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend carries.
Now I have.
Now we have a question for Mr. R. Smith.
I know Mr. Barr said that there's no cost to the city on this, but I was looking on page 2 at the top there. It says the LPA shall install and repair all curb ramps which are necessary to ensure compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, and the LPA agrees to assume and bear 100% of the cost of such installation. Is that going to cost us anything? Maybe this is a question for Mr. Bishop.
Scott Bishop, Assistant City Engineer. When I spoke to ODOT about the 2 questions we had for them about adding some work to the scope, there were no ped ramps within the city corp that were out of spec, so they already went out and did their field review. So there's not going to be any pedestrian curb ramp work with this project. So there will be 0 cost to the paving or outside the paving windows for any sidewalk.
Awesome. Thank you.
As a note, there are no sidewalks, there are no ramps, there are no curbs. It's just flat. So we shouldn't worry about that, because those things do not exist. Because this starts 175 feet west of Sarah, and that puts it, you know, there's, the only sidewalk there is on in front of the park. This will not be in front of the park.
And I believe the administration is looking into the school safety grants to be able, that's on their radar, am I right, Mayor?
It is. We're actually going to apply the next Safe Routes to School grant funding time. We're going to apply for that little section. It's a little problematic because the township dashes in and out there, and we'll have to get them to go along with us on the grant. But yes, we're looking at it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Collins. Yes, Mr. Barr?
I'll make a motion to adopt.
A motion to adopt from Mr. Barr,
I'll second.
and a second from Mr. R. Smith.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Abstain.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries. 8 in favor, 1 abstention. Item number 5, ordinance 2026-030, appropriation.
Ordinance requesting additional appropriations to the SCMR fund in the below listed line item for the year ending December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Rollins, comes from Finance.
Yeah, this came out of finance with a 3-0 recommendation to approve. This is just the normal, I guess, monthly, somewhat bi-monthly housekeeping we have for bond payments that the city holds and then pays out when projects are complete. If there are no questions from council, I will make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
We have a motion to suspend the 3 readings and a second from Mr. Barr. Did council members have any questions? Okay.
All right. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend carries. Mr. Rollins?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Mr. Rollins and a second from Mr. Barr.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay. Item number 6, ordinance 2026-031, donation downtown benches.
Ordinance appropriating donated funds for the purchase and installation of public benches for beautification purposes and the below listed line items for the year ending December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, this also came out of finance with the 3-0 recommendation to approve. This is donated funds to put some benches downtown for aesthetic improvement of public spaces and just to provide seating for residents and visitors to the city. The funds were graciously donated by Henry Development Group and Susan Grenflo. If there are no questions from council, I will make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
A motion to suspend 3 readings, and Mr. T. Smith has a second. Any questions from council? All right, motion to suspend.
All right. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. To suspend the 3 readings rule. Mr. Rollins?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to adopt, and Mr. T. Smith?
Second.
Mr. T. Smith has the second. Let me write that down. All righty.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Item number 8, under new business, ordinance 2026-033, indigent defense.
Oh, we missed one.
No, we missed
Item
one.
7.
Seven.
Oh, sorry. I went down too far, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's another donation, that's why. Item number 7, ordinance 2026-032, donation downtown beautification.
Ordinance appropriating donated funds for downtown beautification improvements in the below listed line items for the year ending December 31st, 2026.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes, this also came out of finance with a 3-0 recommendation to approve. Again, donations that were provided by Pillar Credit Union, Municipal Probation Office, and Veterans Memorial Park, as well as Marion Flower Shop. This is to install decorative elements including floral displays, public art, and add to the visual appeal, vibrancy, and attractiveness of the downtown district. So thank you to those that donated. I did, just before the meeting, pass out an amended amount because we did have some additional donations that came in. So this came out of finance with a total donations of $1,348.70. I would like to make a motion to amend that to what is before you now, which is $1,772.40.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Mr. Rollins and a second from Mr. Dichtel to amend.
Okay, you said first was Rollins and second was who? Dichtel?
Yes, first was Mr. Rollins, second was Dichtel. And did you get the amount?
$1,772.40?
Yes.
Okay. It's a motion to amend. Mr. Barr?
Does it need to be read as amended?
Are we, yeah, we need to read
We
it.
have to
as
vote
amended.
to amend.
Vote to
Yes.
amend first, yes. Vote to amend.
Okay. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to amend carries unanimously.
That will need to be read as amended.
Yeah. So we'll just read this and make a statement as amended.
Ordinance appropriating donated funds for downtown beautification improvements and the below listed line item for the year ending December 31st, 2026, as amended in the amount of $1,772.40.
Mr. Rollins?
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 reading rule.
Motion to suspend 3 readings from Mr. Rollins. I see Mr. Kreider with the second. That's Mr. Rollins first. Yep. Mr. Kreider second. Okay.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend 3 readings carries. Mr. Rollins?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve from Mr. Rollins, second from Mr. Clark. When you're ready.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. For ordinance 2026-032, the rest of our beautification. Now we'll go on to item number 8, ordinance 2026-033, Indigent Defense Fund.
Ordinance authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into an updated replacement contract with the County Commissioners requested by the Ohio Public Defender's Office to provide for reimbursement for the state of Ohio for attorneys appointed for indigent persons charged in the Marion Municipal Court and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Rollins, another one out of your committees.
Yes, this came out of finance with a 3-0 recommendation to approve. This is related to indigent defense funds. This is an agreement that we have with the county commissioners. I will turn it over to Law Director Russell for anything further.
Thank you, Mr. Rollins. I'm available to answer any questions. This is housekeeping in that this will probably be the 7th or 10th time that it comes through every 2 years, just to keep the agreement in place to receive funding.
Receive funding?
Receive funding.
How much money are we talking generally? What do we get?
So I don't know the answer to your question because it's been so long ago, probably 2 decades, that question was last asked. We can check into it, we can share information regarding current funding numbers, but if we don't pass this, we don't get any money from the county.
I gotcha. I'm just
But we
curious.
can get the answer to your question.
Yeah, I would just like to know. That's fine. It's not gonna sway my vote.
Mr. Russell, before we continue, I think there might be one typo in here where the word charge, this is page 1 of the ordinance sheet, the large paragraph in the middle.
Yep.
the word charge seems like it ought to be charged with a D.
It is, it's missing the D.
Thank you. So do we don't have to,
No.
okay. I'm just leaving that for the clerk. Okay. All righty. Mr. Barr,
I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 readings.
we have a motion to suspend from Mr. Barr, and it looks like a second from Mr. R. Smith.
Okay. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend 3 readings carries. Mr. Barr?
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt for Mr. Barr, and a second for Mr. T. Smith.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously for ordinance 2026-033. Item number 9, Resolution 2026-010, Establish Unclaimed Funds Fund.
Resolution establishing the Unclaimed Funds Fund.
Mr. Rollins again.
Yeah, this came out of finance with a 3-0 recommendation to approve. I don't have much to add that is not in the title. It is establishing the Unclaimed Funds Fund. If there's any questions, I think you can answer any, but if there are no questions.
I have one
please.
question. After that time frame, does that come out of this fund and go back to the general fund if those are unclaimed?
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you. I'll make a motion to suspend the 3 readings.
And Mr. Barr, motion to suspend. Mr. Rollins has a second for the
So moved.
suspension. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion to suspend carries unanimously. Mr. Barr?
I'll make a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Oh, we have a question.
Sorry.
Mr. Triano, do you have any idea what kind of money, again, I'm just, there's no money attached, and I know you don't know, but do we have any idea how much we have in unclaimed funds now, or does it matter?
Go ahead. At the moment, no. I believe the treasurer was working on getting an exact number for you.
Okay.
But we still have to establish the fund to be able to put anything in it to hold.
Okay.
And it has to stay there for 5 years before it can be donated to the general fund.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Sorry, I lost my place. Mr. Barr, you had a
The motion on the floor, waiting on the second.
motion to
Adopt.
adopt,
Second.
Yes.
and the second looks like Mr. T. Smith.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously for the resolution 2026-010, the establishment of the Unclaimed Funds Fund. That is the most fun thing to say. Next is ordinance, or item number 10, ordinance 2026-034, AFF Union Agreement.
Ordinance ratifying and approving the bargaining agreement between the City of Marion and the International Association of Firefighters Local 379 and declaring an emergency.
This is coming from Mayor Collins, but Mr. Rollins has his hand up. Chair
Yeah, I'd like to make a
recognizes-
motion to go ahead and waive committee consideration.
Thank you. We have a motion to waive committee consideration by Mr. Rollins, and I saw Mr. R. Smith first, so he's got the second.
Need a third for that.
Committee. That's right over here.
I'll make a third for that.
Oh, and a third, sorry. Mr. Barr?
Yes.
R. Smith.
Okay.
Rollins first, R. Smith, and then Mr. Barr.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries unanimously to suspend the committee requirement.
If there's nothing to add, there's very little change in this. I think everyone should have gotten a copy of this from Safety Director. If there's no other questions or concerns, I will make a motion to waive the 3 reading rule.
Motion to suspend 3 readings and a second from Mr. Dichtel.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, I will go ahead and make a motion to adopt. I will, in the interest of transparency, just read real quickly the changes in the contract.
Thank you.
This is a 1-year contract from April 1st through March 31st of 2027. There is a 0% increase in salaries. Comp time is the maximum allowed increased by 40 hours from 400 to 440. Non-accumulative holidays, there's 2 additional given. These hours must be used in the year that they occur. And in terms of discipline, they added a non-president setting last chance agreement. Those are the changes to the contract.
Thank you, Mr. Rollins.
Yes.
Mr. Barr?
I just wanted to publicly thank firefighters and the administration for working through this. I know that wasn't easy, and we really appreciate the sacrifice, which is what it is.
I second that.
I think we all support
All
that.
around.
There's something missing. You have a copy of There's a signed tentative agreement that is missing from this list. I'm sorry? There's a signed tentative agreement that is
The
missing.
3-year. Well, there's some language changes I know that we made, but I didn't put those in here.
There's 2 signed tentative agreements that are not on that list.
Then they were, go ahead and bring them up, because Amy and I must have missed them, I'm sorry.
There was Don Atkins, International, Local 379 President. We had language that allotted a 3-year payout for retirees. It was a sole discretion up to the employee. I did not see that on the list. And then we had a change in the drug testing procedure, which added an additional test to the end of the drug testing procedure.
You're right, and I apologize. I explained the 3-year payout to them. I did notice that she missed it. Now, it's my fault, I missed it. But you guys were still checking to make sure.
On our last meeting, we were squared away.
Okay, all right, I never got clarification on that, that's why I didn't have it. And then on the drug testing, we're gonna do a blood test and not rely on a urine test for discipline.
Yes. This is supposed to be in effect April 1st, so
The
time.
The last
is of the
contract
essence.
expired March 31st, that's correct.
Okay, so we should probably make a motion to amend to add the 3-year payout option.
It's already in the contract, right?
It's just not on the
It's just
paperwork.
not on the
It's already a
sheet.
tentative agreement that both sides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
We'll need to
didn't
amend.
make the highlight sheet.
Mr. R. Smith, question?
Yes, since the city is in some financial problems, can you say approximately how much additional this is going to cost for the next year? Above and beyond what it would normally be?
At this
Yeah.
point, there's no cost to the city.
Zero? Okay.
Everything is cost neutral. The holiday hours are use them or lose them, so they don't get paid out like at the end of a guy's, term of service. So there's no cost to that. The comp time would be an increase in payout at the end of his career, but the savings for this year, you're in the wrong spot. the chief advised, would save the city approximately 20,000 this year.
Closer to 30.
Closer to 30,000 for the rest of this year, not giving comp time instead of paying overtime.
Just for the record, these are based off 2024 numbers. I don't have the current ones, unfortunately, but we had our own financial analysis done. State average is about 3.5% on an increase, so saving, that's about a $210,000 savings across the board. So,
Thank you.
You guys rock.
And I want to thank the local for being understanding and working with me. The city being in a tough financial position right now, they were great to work with. I can't say enough.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes,
I'd like
Mayor
to
Collins?
reiterate that and make sure that, for clarity purposes, that the city's in agreement with what we've talked about here tonight. There's no dispute about that. It was agreed to before we came in here tonight. We also have 2 other contracts that we'll be negotiating, and hopefully we'll be able to get something similar to what we have tonight, which is a 0 increase for a year, and still be able to move contracts forward. But I think everybody understands, like council said tonight, that they know the financial burden that we're in right now. So, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. We really appreciate you all. Thank you. Mr. Rollins, I heard your motion to adopt, but I didn't hear a second.
If you haven't got a second, I'll
Mr.
second.
T. Smith. Anything further? All right.
Mr. Barr?
Yes.
Ms. Larkin?
Yes.
Mr. R. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Mr. T. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Dichtel?
Yes.
Mr. Clark?
Yes.
Mr. Kreider?
Yes.
Mr. Rollins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously to adopt the union agreement. We come next to matters not on the agenda, administration or council. Ms. Clark.
As President Pro Tem and with our new 4th Ward councilman, I'm going to appoint him to the Streets and Sewers Committee to fill a vacancy, to the Public Utilities Committee, and the Airport's Lands and Buildings.
We don't need to vote on that, do we?
Sean, there's also an opening in public utilities.
Yeah, I said that.
Did you?
Public Utilities, Airports, Lands and Buildings. Is that it?
The Streets and Sewers.
Oh, I missed
Oh,
that.
he's going on all 3, okay.
All righty, anything else? Mr. R. Smith?
Yes. On Saturday, I received an email. With your permission, I'd like to read this email. It's a little bit long, so please bear with me. Is it okay if I read this? Okay. It's from Marion Watch, marionwatch@gmail.com. And it says, Dear Councilman Smith, several months ago, our team at Marion Watch submitted formal requests for documentation related to the city's software infrastructure. These requests were forwarded to the auditor's office and IT department, I believe by Mayor Collins, but to date, they remain unfulfilled. We are reaching out to you directly in your capacity as chairman of the IT Oversight Committee because you possess a unique and firsthand understanding of the systemic failures within the New World ERP environment. Your background gives you insight into the severity of these issues in a way few others in city leadership can appreciate. As you know, our guiding principle has always been to work with city officials whenever possible. Unfortunately, the former administration repeatedly declined to engage with us on these matters. Despite multiple outreach attempts in 2019, we received no response. Even earlier, in 2016, we reported our concerns about observable IT control failures to previous law enforcement officials. We were told no investigation could occur without proof, despite the fact that any experienced systems administrator can identify misconfigurations by the symptoms they produce, as you know. This administration has taken an unprecedented and commendable step by acknowledging the software failures and demonstrating the courage to address them. We want to resolve these transparency issues locally and cooperatively before considering escalation to the state or filing a motion to compel. We appreciate the integrity and openness shown by this administration and are honored to assist in exposing and correcting these long-standing failures. To complete our investigation into the fiscal and technical impact on Marion taxpayers, we respectfully request your assistance in obtaining the following records. For each item, we request all associated internal and external narratives, including emails, memos, vendor correspondence, and any related documentation. Item 1, software procurement cost. A complete accounting of all New World software modules purchased at or after the initial acquisition, including cost, licensing, maintenance fees, and any add-ons or upgrades. Item 2, module utility and abandonment report. A detailed record of which modules were never used as confirmed by the current administration when that was discovered and who authorized leaving them inactive or misconfigured. As discussed with you, Treasurer Lang and others, well before the Auditor of State became involved, the reconciliation module was never utilized and many legally mandated software safety controls were missing or misconfigured. We seek documentation identifying who permitted these modules to remain unused or instructed them to be configured improperly throughout the entirety of the Schertzer administration. Item 3, historical user permissions. A full list of initial and subsequent user permissions by name, department, and business need from installation forward. This includes service accounts. Our reporting includes screenshots showing inappropriate permissions assigned to Kathy Chafin after she left the auditor's office, showing administration level permissions to all New World ERP system modules citywide, corroborating the permission wars described by Mr. Landon. We are also aware of active access granted to individuals with no business need, including the former clerk of council and others from the Schertzer administration. We are confident that many more had access, some being very high-level access. Item 4, physical security access logs. A complete log of physical access to the server room, including names, titles, business justification, and authorizing personnel. Given the digital permission failures, it is essential to verify whether physical access protocols were followed. Item 5, vendor remediation and failure analysis. All records of vendor-initiated fixes, including costs, work orders, and written explanations for why critical user permissions and other systemic issues were not corrected. The city paid hundreds of thousands of dollars per year for maintenance and remediation. It is deeply concerning that these failures persisted unless the vendor was directed or restricted by the former administration. Item 6, vendor interaction logs. Any call logs, tickets, or documentations of interactions between the city, the vendors, and/or Veritas. Item 7, general ledger override configuration records. Any internal correspondence, change orders, or documentation related to GL override settings. As you know, we flagged these issues long before the Auditor of State ordered them corrected. The configuration allowed illegal overspending by bypassing the system's hard stops. We seek documentation identifying who authorized this configuration and why these safeguards were disabled during setup, potentially in violation of state and federal law. Multiple officials, past and present, have informed us that these workarounds were known to the Schertzer administration and are now known by the Auditor of State, but were not disclosed to the Landon or Collins administrations. We are seeking to determine who authorized these access levels and workarounds dating back to installation. Securing these records is essential for the IT Oversight Committee and for restoring transparency, accountability, and resilience to the city's infrastructure. This request may be fulfilled in part or in stages, in full or in stages. Our top priority is documentation related to software modules and user access to the New World software system. We appreciate your comments to addressing these long-standing issues and look forward to our continued work together. And it's signed by Dennis Potts and Jason Foreman. And I'm done.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Mayor Collins?
We talked at the last council meeting extensively about the rain, the amount of water we had, the flooding issues, and the long-term control plan was mentioned several different times. And I let council know, I think last week, that I would have Matt Ice here tonight from wastewater to give kind of a Cliff Notes version on what the long-term control plan is, when it was approved many years ago, and how many phases we're going through when we're now only in 2 and 3. So I thought that might be beneficial for the public as well as council to just have a little working knowledge on what that plan is and how long it's been around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm Matt Ice, Superintendent of Water Pollution Control. So in our permit, it kind of gives a sentence that kind of describes what the long-term control plan is in a nutshell. It says the City of Marion Combined Sewer Long-Term Control Plan was approved on March 16, 2020. The long-term control plan proposes control of CSO3 and CSO4 to 8 and 9 events respectively in a typical year, and 0 untreated bypasses at our treatment plant. It also is intended to eliminate sanitary sewer overflows. The level of control is proposed to be attained through completion of various construction projects and completed by December 31st of 2044. So we have been instructed to implement this. As the mayor said, we are currently on phase 2 and 3. We combined phases 2 and 3 because it was more financially viable to do that together, because they're extremely similar projects. So the original plan was a 9-project plan. Through the negotiations of the city with the Ohio EPA, we were able to eliminate phases 8 and 9. They were estimated to be in the amount of $27 to $30 million. But the benefit was not there on the percentage of removal of issues within the city. So they said it wasn't financially responsible to do that. So phases 2 and 3 that we're currently doing are at these 2 CSO locations. CSOs are combined sewer overflows. So a combined sewer, the way Marion was built, in most of our sewers, the sanitary is on top, the storm is on the bottom. Old clay tile, some of them are brick, they tend to leak. So when the sewage drips down into the storm, hence combined sewer. So that is a big no-no in our environment today, as it should be. So we have been ordered to reduce this down to 8 or 9 events. So these 2 current locations are these 2 CSO locations, the 2 main ones. We're building a tank at one to basically act as a retention pond. So when the rain comes, the water goes in there, big pipe goes in, little pipe comes out. As it fills up, once it gets full, then that combined sewer overflow will activate. And essentially then that combined water would then enter the waterways of the state. That's what they're trying to get us to eliminate. The one on Holland Road, we're putting in what's called a bending weir. We're doing it both. It's not getting a tank, it's just getting the weir. And it holds the water in the pipe as long as it can till that pipe reaches its maximum capacity. Once that capacity is met, it then opens and releases the water to the waterway. So again, one of them's 8, one of them's 9. I can never remember which one it is. But that's the idea behind the plan. So yeah, you heard 2044. So this is a very long project, a 25-year project. So the way it's set up is phase 1 was to fix the plant, make sure that the plant can handle more flow. Phases 2 and 3 were to make sure the main arteries that come to the plant can handle the flow. Phases 4, 5, 6, and 7 hit out into the smaller pipes. They're still big pipes, but smaller than what those other ones are. And the idea is to be able to get more flow to the plant for treatment. Some of the benefits of that, if you heard in the way that it was written in our permit, We're supposed to get rid of sanitary sewer overflows also. Obviously, that's been a complaint. I've been here since 2017. I hear it all the time. I would love to do away with that immediately, but unfortunately, that is a long, very expensive process. Some of those areas are hit in phases 4, 5, and 6. The way that it's split out, that's just the way it got split because of the way that the pipes, we have to get the flow to the plant. So we can't impact it anywhere else. One of the questions that I've been asked is what's the cost of all of this? So this was initiated in 2016. Phase 1 started in 2018 to 2019. Even though it wasn't approved until 2020. Everybody agreed initially that this has to be done, so we got the ball rolling on that. So the initial phase was around 31 million. The current phases that we're doing are in the 18 million range. We did get 4 million of that forgiven, so we only had to borrow 14 million, which is really a good thing. That's kind of a rare thing to happen in this industry. The remaining 4 projects will cost approximately another 50 million total. So that's kind of how it's set up. I'm willing to try to answer any questions. I've got a list of the projects. If you really want to know what they are, it's fairly extensive. It's approximately 10 miles of pipe that are getting replaced. So,
I do. My wife and I, walk. I live on Marseille Drive, and right at the corner of Virginia and Normandy, there are 7 sewers there that are always going, 7 sewer caps in that little intersection.
Yes.
Is that a priority area or?
So that is one of the ones that I was kind of talking about. That area is one of our biggest bottleneck areas in the city, unfortunately. We're well aware of that. We did a survey study back in, I think, 21 or 22, where they basically determined what's called the hydraulic grade level in the manholes. And we figured out that even if we remove certain flows from there, that hydraulic grade level still hits, it's still going to come out. So that's where these projects in 4, 5, and 6 are designed to get the flow out of that bottleneck area more towards the plant. So we're aware of it, it's in the plan. Unfortunately, it's not immediate.
Sure.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
As
That's
always,
great.
I welcome you to come out to the plant anytime you want, come see it. You can go out and look at something in your area, your ward. If you have any concerns, always willing to do that.
Do you have a question in the back?
It's really informative to go out there with Mr. Ice. He's got some big designs and
Come up to the podium, please, and give us your name and address.
My name's Mike Clark. I live at 543 King Avenue. How hard would it be to go through, like, the worst area, which, say like Chateau Ridge, to go through and see who's cross-connected on their sump pumps into their sanitary? Because that's where a lot of the problem lives. I mean, I've been in, I don't know how many houses out there, and they got the sumps running into the sanitary.
My understanding is they did that study back in the early 2010s and went through and looked for that. Honestly, the biggest issue is all the laterals are stacked in the city also. And if your sump pump is in your storm, a lot of times it ends up in your sanitary, just in the yard.
I know on my street, the storm is over the sanitary.
There are a few of those in town that are that way.
And the storm has actually
leaks
collapsed
down,
down
yeah.
into the sanitary.
Traditionally, it's the other way, but there are a few on occasion that are that way.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thanks a lot. Anything else from admin? Council? Okay, we'll move on to committees. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Ms. Black, can you wait till public comments? Is that where it's going to be? Yeah, right? I mean, okay. Committees. There it is. Airports Lands and buildings.
Nothing at this time.
Information systems, Mr. Smith?
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Rollins, jobs and economic development?
Nothing at this time.
Mr. R. Smith, legislation, codes, and regulation?
Evidently, we have some old business and some liquor permits that we need to discuss. So we'll
Put you
take
down at
6:30.
6:30? Okay. Mr. T. Smith, municipal services?
Yep, we'll
Parks-
go 6:35. We have a job description to make some amendments to.
All righty. Mr. Dickle, public utilities?
Nothing at this time.
Let's see, regional planning, Ms. Larkin, is that,
April 27th, or 22nd at 7 PM.
okay? Still in the Prospect Room of the county building?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Barr, streets and sewers?
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Kreider, zoning and annexation?
Township property annexation ordinance 640.
And finally, finance, Mr. Rollins?
Yeah, we got old business, and likely some new business as well, so we will go 6:45.
And that works. All right. On to public comments. Ms. Block.
Hello, Gil Block, 267 West Center Street. I'd like to present a couple of items. Safety first. I live on that Harding Center and I take early morning walks. The amount of cars speeding down Center Street, going at least 40 miles per hour, is not good. It's 25 miles per hour. Also, from the view from our windows, speeders on Church Street as well, and all over the town, all over the city of Marion, speeders. So my suggestion is perhaps we can have the city have officers track these speeders, and the amount of speeding ticket fines could help the city financial situation, big time. Also, people need to slow down. I know there's cameras that can track speeders, but I know Marion doesn't have those. But that was my comment. Safety first for our city and fines to help the deaf.
I want to add on to that. I live on Center Street. Yesterday was horrible. Weather's breaking, motorcycles, and just the noise and everything else too, so.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. And it's not just, that's not, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. People need to slow down.
Yeah.
Especially now with all the scooters out there and the bikes and everything. We don't want anybody getting killed. Because like I said, speeding tickets, we can wrap them speeding ticket fines up and really help out the debt in the city.
Thank you, Ms. Block. Yes.
Daniel, 608 Cannon Street, Ohio. Electric aggregation. I got a notice from Dynergy that we're in cahoots with them again. And I remember them 5 years ago when we had aggregation with them, and they pulled out on us back in July of 2021, I believe. Because of that mess down in Texas with all the snow and stuff. And they just didn't figure that they could give us what they said that they could give us. And now the city of Marion is doing it again. Talking to these people, trying to opt out. I hope never to do that again. I already have a supplier, but what I was worried about was having this aggregate sit there and basically replace my electric supplier with them. And I don't want anything to do with Dynergy. Of course, it turns out that I didn't have to do anything at all because my supplier has field reps now that we can sit there and talk to just about pretty much any time. And they said that you didn't have to do anything, you didn't even have to talk to them. But if there is a change, to let them know. So I don't know why we're with Dynergy again. I mean, I know that they say 9.4, but I mean, if they pull out on us again, like they did in 2021, then I don't see the benefit.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Anything else? Yes. Oh. Yes, come on down to the podium, please. Give your name and address.
never been through this before. I appreciate the time. One thing I missed a whole lot because I only have half of one ear. So,
Name and address, please.
oh, my name's John Robinson, 1108 West Center Street, just before Whirlpool.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Benson.
Okay, what, I'm here today, and I've talked to Mr. Barr. We have a problem, 3 families do, on West Center Street when the Moose moved in, and they put in some lights on the buildings, and they go into our houses, and I'm up usually around 4 in the morning, and about 9 or so in the evening, and I'm not able to enjoy the outside. We've been there since '09. We used to have the Victoriana bed and breakfast, and I got sick to where I could not handle it, and my wife had to go to work at the hospital. So that's where I am at. I've got a picture here that was taken, this one here was taken with snow, but the brightness of the bulbs, and I've been dealing with them since September, and I wanted to get stuff and not end up in some litigation, but this has been going on since September. The owner of the house, Kevin Hensel, if I pronounced his last name right, of the building, it was, I think originally for the warehouse, Mr. Dahl, and then I don't know, Mr. Zach. Who's Zach?
He's behind you.
Here's Zach. Hi, Zach. Sorry, folks. We've been back and forth, but never in person. Anyway, he sent me some information that Mr. Dahl, or Kendall, how do you pronounce it?
Kildall.
Okay, everybody knows it, I think. Anyway, 2006, something about hot peppers or whatever was gonna go in there, and they put a sign up, but they never had any lights because the lights from the street lamp light up in the front area where they park, in front of the building. I don't know if everybody's familiar with the building, but I put together, I only made 3, I didn't realize it was so big. But basically, I had communication with Zach Himmler, thank you. And he was going to send them a letter with an ordinance. And then Caleb Mann's call him, who, I don't know what his exact title, he just does work there and tells me he works for the city, but nonetheless. Anyway, then Zach had, I guess, contacted the district attorney, law director, is that proper? Yeah. Thank you. I knew you and Brent when I had the bed and brown. Yeah, remember, yeah. Sorry if I'm nervous, but yeah.
You're fine.
You don't know where else going. Anyway, I've got pictures of it. The history of the area used to be in, unfortunately. Carol is no longer with us, but it used to be called Little Italy. It was all Italian immigrants. I think it was Conagra, Scott, does that sound familiar? But I think it was Conagra. And then Graphic took over and expanded and bought out half of the area there. Anyway, my thing is, 3 families are affected by these lights shining into our homes and we cannot enjoy. And we have blackout curtains and it still comes through, and I've got pictures of that. I tried to operate the printer and phone, and I'm not very good at that, I'm sorry.
Well, it sounds like you're working with all the right people, the law director and Mr. Hemler, so I assume that they'll get you resolved one way or the other. But I appreciate you coming in and sharing that with us.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I've talked to you on the phone, you sent me some pictures, and I think we referred that to the city service director back when I talked to you, so I'm sure that things are in the works. Just
the last I had heard, and bear with me, I can't remember exactly, I think it was Zach that told me that nothing was going to happen. You turned it over to the law director. Is enlighten everybody, please.
So, good evening, thanks for coming this evening. So it has been an issue that Zach brought to the city administration's attention. What have you, and this is the Moose facility at the old factory bar?
Yeah.
And have you identified the operator, the person in charge at the Moose, and had a conversation with, and asked them?
I've been working since September with Donna and the officers, which are all interrelated people. It's a hobby thing for them. But since September, and then it's gone on and on. And
have you suggested to them what type of device they can place upon their 3 lights to shade it? So
they bought the light from Menards, and then they finally got them installed by Caleb Mans, who's not a licensed contractor to work on commercial buildings or even at all. But anyway, he put those up, and it has 3 different settings on it, and it's all hardwired, but I understand they put them on a switch. So the Moose officers say, it's not our building, we only rent it. They're talking about a lease option, but they say that it's Kevin's who manages it, and Caleb Mans, Kevin Hensel owns the building, and they just recently got it.
all right. Well, I appreciate you bringing it to the council's attention. Your documents can be shared with the clerk so they can be distributed by the clerk to all the council members. So the information that you've brought this evening will be shared with council. And then I'll work with Mr. Himmler and the safety service director to see if we can have a positive result with your neighbor, the Moose on West Center Street.
I appreciate that. I mean, I don't want to carry it on. I just want to, if the shield, I don't know if you could see the pictures there, but the bright lights is right there.
We'll see what we can do together.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll take your copies and then make a few more for the rest of council. Thank you so much.
So they can distribute those.
Yeah. You want this too, where they can kind of see it better?
Sure.
I don't know what else they may want.
If I may, sir, do they shut the light off at all at night?
No.
Like at 11, midnight?
Nope. And they close their bar, whatever, at 8 o'clock, but they're usually there till 10. And then Fridays and Saturdays, they have a band, and they're there till midnight, 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And they have the capabilities. One of the past presidents of Moose, that's been there for 30, 40 years, has told me that they have the capability of turning off the lights.
Okay.
And I put out to them back in September, and several times I asked them to come in my home and look out. And the same with the neighbors, which is direct. I'm a little bit of an angle.
But you have gone to them and asked them, hey, like 10, 11
Right.
o'clock, could you shut this off? And no response or no positive response?
In fact, they've got me barred now and told me if I go on the property, they'll have me arrested.
Mr. Smith?
I mean, it's stupid now. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
If I remember correctly, when we talked before,
I'm sorry.
When we talked before on the phone, you and I,
Yes.
you said that you had actually offered to have them install some stuff on top of the lights to direct it downward? Is that correct?
Shields. They have
Yes,
shields available.
Right.
When I checked into it at Menards, where they bought the lights, and then it took several months for Caleb to put them up.
Oh, so they did get them up then?
The lights? No, not the shields.
Oh, the shields, yeah.
No,
that's what
they're, most themselves keep saying it's Caleb's problem. I don't understand if he's buying it on time or if he's just managing it, whatever. But he and I have big problems because I sold my place to him out at Big Island. Everything in my days is handshake and word of mouth. And it all went sour. And it's still going sour. Sorry.
I'm sure that with what you've given us tonight, we will proceed with what we can do for that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. If somebody get a hold of me, you'll be able
I've got
to-
your number, I can call you back.
I'm sorry?
I've got your number, I can call you.
Okay.
Well, I'm not trying to drag this on, but Mr. Russell, if you don't mind, much like a noise ordinance, is there a nuisance lighting ordinance that's on the books, do you know?
So there's not currently a nuisance lighting ordinance within the commercially zoned areas?
Okay.
And the area we're talking about is all commercially zoned on the south side and north side. That's what's unique to where you reside. So.
On the north side of the street.
Right, it's commercial too. So a commercial, OIA, industrial, the light emissions into residential zones are controlled, but no one ever thought that we would have an experience where, because commercial zones aren't supposed to have residential structures in them. In fact, if you bought a commercial zone property today, you couldn't build a house in it without some additional work, like variances and things like that. But the way Marion evolved, the houses were there at the same time the commercial industries were thriving too, so.
Well, our buildings or houses were built in 1913 and 1916, and they were the later ones. There were several blocks of homes to the south where ConAgra or Graphic, whatever, bought out.
But we'll be able, we'll work together to try to get a solution for the problem that exists on this stretch of West Center Street. But if we aren't able to resolve it, working with the other parties, we may be back to fill the gap in our code that doesn't have a light emission prohibition within commercial zone districts.
Certainly, thank you.
Thank you very much. I have one other question, if I may. Probably for Zach. Are, in commercial areas, are people allowed to park in a grass area? Now, what I'm asking is, the Moose, the old warehouse, whatever, has a lot on the other side of Plymouth. And then they bought another lot, Caleb Vance did. And they plan on just parking, and when they have their vans there, it's overwhelmed. Are they allowed to? Because I know in residential, you can't park on grass.
Yes.
I'm sorry, is that proper time to ask or not?
I think it'd be a good phone call conversation with Mr. Hemler.
That's
way
fine.
I can look at the code while we're talking.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Ross.
you. Ms. Mayor?
Evening, Mayor, evening, Gifford. I'm here today. I was at the commissioner meeting on April 2nd and let them know. I'm gonna let you guys know this notice that I have for you today. It may take me just a couple minutes, bear with me. My name is Kimberly Mayer. I'm a civil rights advocate, and I need to provide public notice to Marion City. This is in accordance with the USCS Rules of Civil Procedures, as well as Rule 17 and Rule 20 of the United States Supreme Court. The Constitution of the United States has the overarching requirements that every state must follow. States cannot enact their own alternative legislation substituted for the guarantees of the Constitution of the United States. That would mean that the state laws are more powerful than the Constitution, and that is unlawful. Clause 1 of Amendment 5 states, "No person shall be held to answer for a capital or otherwise infamous crime unless on presentment or indictment by a grand jury." However, the state of Ohio has enacted its own alternative legislation that permits prosecuting attorneys and police officers to charge by way of information as opposed to indictment. That is unconstitutional. An emolument violation is when you pay a public official to break the law. The Constitution has two areas that enforce this. Article 1, Section 10 says, "No state shall create any law that shall impair the obligation of contracts." Police officers, prosecutors, judges are all under contract. A contract to perform based on the oath or affirmation that they took to support and defend the Constitution. Contract parameters are defined within the Constitution of the United States, and when a state enacts an inferior law that directs their agents to disobey the Constitution of the United States, that is in violation of Article 1, Section 10. The 14th Amendment is the other place that you will find a reinforcement of this issue, and that is where it states that no state shall create or enforce any law that shall abridge the privileges or immunities of United States citizens. The privileges and immunities of United States citizens are at a minimum those enumerated within the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments. Unfortunately, the state of Ohio has enacted a law that is inferior to the Constitution that permits public officials, judges, law enforcement officers, whom you all pay, to violate the Constitution of the United States. As a result, there is an inordinate amount of people currently imprisoned in the state of Ohio, illegally and unconstitutionally. Tanoa Downing is litigating this issue at the United States Supreme Court. I'm here to notify you that if you continue to pay public officials to break the law, criminal sanctions can come from that. Officials must be made aware that paying people to disobey the law is an emolument violation. It is illegal, it is unconstitutional, and it is a crime.
Madam,
I'm asking your honorable individuals to please take a look at Clause 1 of Amendment 5, confirm what I'm saying to be true, and then direct your public officials to act in lawful, constitutional manner, consistent with the obligations that are codified in the Constitution of the United States of America.
Ms. Mayor?
I have a notice that I would like to put on record. Thank you very much.
Mr. Dickel?
if this is law or lawsuit related, this isn't the proper form.
It's not a
Contact the
lawsuit.
law
It's not a
director.
lawsuit. Not a lawsuit. I was going to hand it to the clerk. So that's for the record. Thank you.
Made no sense.
Any other comments? Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned at 7:59.
You know what they're doing early?
Who took notes? We'll take notes.